Very interesting. I hope we do get a solution. Something does need to happen. We do need a strategic plan, and in time, maybe something will happen.
What do you think will happen?
Changes for the better, changes that we really need in the future. By working hard, by sticking together, working as a team, and respecting and understanding each other.
I think the meeting was as expected, like lots of opinions and, we did make a little bit of progress, but there's a lot more work to do. Yeah, everyone does have different opinions, but we've got a lot of work to do.
Do you see there's a future?
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, definitely. There's a new committee being formed, so I think that's the way forward. So, yeah.
Did you volunteer yourself?
Not yet.
Are you thinking about it?
I might, yeah, but it's a bit hard. But yeah, I might. I've got 3 kids and I've got P&Fs and all that, 3 different schools, so, it's all a balance.
So
but maybe.
Those taxi drivers.
Yeah.
How do you balance it?
It's tough, but, you work it out. Between myself and my husband and grandparents, we all pitch in and you get there eventually.
It was bad because the Greek community, they just can't decide who's going to be the member, and there's lots of problems about fundraising and volunteering, about everything. About Greek school, there's not enough Greek schools happening in Goulburn, Krupa, there's nothing there, and we cannot learn Greek, and our languages in kids is not becoming very fluent, it's actually becoming bad and worse. Yeah.
So you don't think there's a future for the Greek community?
Well, this is what we're trying to work out. I think there might be, but we've all got to get together and work out what we're going to do next. So we're going to get another meeting up and going. And, yeah.
Do you want there to be a Greek community?
I would love to be a Greek community because I'm really proud that I am Greek. And yeah.
And if you're old enough, would you volunteer?
I would volunteer if I was old enough, definitely.
Do you think they should have someone your age on the committee?
I wouldn't say my age, I'd say someone like 18, so we need the young generation to come in, because what happens when the old generation dies, where they're going to go? They're going to be dead, and the Greek community's going to fail, so they're going to need the young people to come in. Yeah.
And your name?
Is Harry Topolitis.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How long did you spend for today's meeting?
About 3 hours.
Did you find it interesting?
Very interesting. I'm looking forward to another one.
What was interesting about it?
Just how everyone talked and got together, all the Greeks got together and they talked about all the problems. Yeah.
Did they come up with solutions?
No. Not. That's why we're going to have another meeting to come up with all the solutions. Yes.
Oh, it was good. It was good to see, everyone have a bit of involvement and, pull out their point of views from each community and to see what was wrong with what's actually affecting their community and how to, promote and sustain Hellenism within Canberra.
Oh, you're the best advertisement because you are getting actually interviewing the younger kids and getting their view, and you're putting it out on YouTube, which is something that they relate to. That's what we have to relate to the younger kids in the way that they communicate with each other, not the way that we used to communicate.
Yeah. So you're actually actively involved in the Greek community?
The Hellenic dancers, Canberra Hellenic dancers.
But you want to pass on?
Yes.
So
I've been there. I've been on the committee for 10 years, and I think it's just time that somebody with new ideas, even, or just more enthusiasm at the moment than I can provide at the moment, to come onto the committee to I don't know, freshen it up or even to take it forward.
Oh, that was very interesting. A lot of participation, a lot of passion. People obviously who really want to make a difference.
It's 2013. Is there a future?
Oh, of course there is. It's a matter of the community coming together and really working out that intergenerational change. I see it a lot in businesses that I work in. This is a business, but it's also a community, and that's really important.
And tell me about intergenerational change.
It's the elder person being prepared and having the confidence in their children to take over if they don't pass control over to them, if they're interfering, very hard for the next generation to feel they own the business or the opportunity.
Well, we don't have that particular problem. We don't have, the first generation that are on our committee. We've got second generation. Our problem is getting more of the second generation involved.
I've just loved the social aspect and just meeting families and just providing just a source of entertainment for young kids. Greek dancing, their their culture. We bring it all together. It's amazing.
So why should people get involved in the community?
It brings it back to our children, and it's just a great way of getting together and seeing the rewards that, from our children's perspective, socially, and something of the culture as well coming through.
Now, what I do want to say is that the most wonderful thing to see. Look, my son actually had his 18th last night, who's been involved in the Hellenic dances since he was 5. He did not stop dancing, and most of it was Greek dancing last night. He danced his heart out, and it was so wonderful just to see him, bring that Greekness out of him. All of his Aussie friends were sitting there, like they were just amazed that this is what my son does in his spare time. That this is what James really is. Because last night we did pull up all of James's friends to join in with some of the dancers, and they had a ball. I don't think they realised how much fun it was to be at a Greek function.
Did you see them passing on to the younger people?
Absolutely. I can see it in the board here, and I can see it in the comments that have been made about what needs to be done.
Yeah, a very bold move. I think the Greek community in Canberra needs to rejuvenate itself for the future. The first generation is effectively got to that point where they need to pass it on. There are a number of issues that we need to deal with in relation to the community, both with our facilities and also our continuing culture and language in the long term. And the next generation needs to take a leading role in that. Unfortunately, at this point in time, we have a number of issues to, sort out before we can progress other issues. I was impressed with the amount of people that came. I was impressed that there was a lot of second and third generation members here, which was a good thing. I think that we probably need to canvass the ideas and opinions of a lot more second and third generation people who weren't here today in order to resolve what people want, what are their priorities, and so we can then decide what's important to take forward and build our community into a bigger and better one. Yeah, I guess one of the biggest issues from generation to generation now is that parents have different priorities to our parents before us, which now makes it difficult to continue the things we had in the past. But I think people are willing to adapt and still continue what was done in the past, but probably we just need to work out at what level they can commit to those, so we can actually, at least at some shape or form, sustain our language, culture and facilities into the long term, so our kids don't miss out on what we gained in the past. Yeah, the Hellenic Club's made that change. We still have, there's unfortunately, the generation before us had a lot more, had the same passion we have, but probably had a higher priority on it, and we probably need to, in some way, shape or form, reprioritise our lives to put a little bit higher on the list of, otherwise we won't have what we have in the long term.
You put your name down?
I think I've already put my name down by being the president of the Hellenic Club, and I've been on the board of directors for the last 10 years, so I think that shows itself that I put my name down, and the countless hours that I've spent doing what I do. So, which this is quite a difficult thing, and has an impact on both my family and my own career. But I do it and have no complaint, and very happy to do it because I'm passionate about the Greek cause and making sure we keep what we have, and for my kids in the future.